You're tuned in to the Keetria Show and listening to SOB, Style of Business, the podcast with your host, Keetria. We aim to highlight the ongoing trek of entrepreneurs and business owners from around the globe, featuring stories that recount their struggles, experiences, and inevitable road to success and self-fulfillment. Welcome to SOB.
This podcast is being brought to you by my inspiring new book titled Courage is a Muscle, Using Heart to Power Your Entrepreneurial Dreams. You can grab your copy today on Amazon. Hey, what's up, y'all? We are back with one of the first episodes of the new season of SOB, Style of Business, the podcast. Thank you guys for tuning back in. This is your host, Keetria, and we're kicking off the season talking about fitness and physical activity. And I'm excited about this. I'm so excited to be talking about wellness, health, and all that good stuff. And today I'm speaking with Evalyn Oloo, and she's the creator and founder of manyactive, just a fantastic app based in the health and wellness realm. And she's doing some wonderful things. She's focused on helping people transform their lives through, working out, not only the physical part, but also the mental part. Currently based in Kenya, she's been working with, she's been a health and wellness advocate, I should say, for some years. And she's definitely passionate about just helping people transform their lives. She's working within her community and she's just doing some great things. So I want to give her a minute to drop that introduction, Evalyn, and let's get rolling on the interview. Looking forward to all the wonderful things that you guys have coming up as you get ready to launch manyactive.
My name is Evalyn Oloo. My background is in psychology. I studied psychology in university. Before I set out for this fitness and wellness journey, I worked across Europe with adults and children with learning disabilities. And through the burnouts that I faced, working different locations and moving quite a lot, I decided to get into wellness. And, I was inspired to come back into Africa and change people's lives through fitness and wellness.
I love it. Good deal. Yeah. And I saw that I know you were traveling sometime, and I really just like the fact that you kind of always kept, stuck into the space. Like, we'll get into like how you got really inspired to create the app, but give us a little bit about your journey. Like, tell us a little bit about, how you got started in the entrepreneurial realm and, what led you to this point to launch manyactive. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, I would say so. A little bit of background of how I started into entrepreneurship. It's sort of a crazy story, really. So back about 2014, 2015, I started thinking about, coming back to Africa, coming back to Kenya, and what I could do. And I actually started a bit of a consultancy firm, and I started doing a bit of corporate consultancy in Africa while I was still in England. That's how I sort of got into formal business. Then while still working with Edmund Trust, where I worked with adults with learning disabilities, I was moving quite a lot. And I really, had severe burnout because I was sleeping maybe 3-4 hours only a night. And I started thinking maybe the business that I should run back in Africa really is about wellness. And so I started making plans. I trained. It's funny because I trained in London. I trained as a nutritionist. I trained as a massage therapist. I trained as you have no idea. So I trained a whole lot of set of wellness services, because I said, if I'm going to go into business, I want to know how to perform the different functions, not to perform them myself, but to be able to understand what people are doing.
Yeah.
So I did. I did training for about a year and a half on various wellness, services, and yes, and I thought well, I think I'm ready, and I started planning on coming back in 2016. But I made a decision that was not was not very well thought out, because what I went ahead and do is that I wanted to come back, and I wanted to come back and start with a bang, and I wanted to bring something fresh and new into the market. So I imported over 100 portable chair massages for corporate wellness, something that had never been done here. You know, this thought of you can take massage chairs into the workplace and you can put them in a conference room, and, you know, people can massage staff, you know, on their shoulders using pressure therapy. It was very foreign, and I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I will, you know, I might as well just go and do it big. So when I came back in, when I came back in 2016, first of all, it was a shocker because there was that cultural shock, not for me, but the clients I was talking to, they were like, what? Massage in the office? People touching people?
Right.
No, yeah, with our Christian backgrounds, that was a big no-no. And so it took just little, you know, almost a year before we could even get our first paying clients, because what we did a lot was just having free sessions, events, just to sensitize and to, you know, promote these new form of wellness for the corporates. Then on with that, I also started doing on-site fitness. And on-site fitness was so for organizations that had space like the parking lot, or they just have a floor in their building that they are yet to petition and all these things. We'll bring in instructors, and they'll do Zumba, they'll do yoga, they'll do aerobics. And then moved on into, you know, setting up gyms for organizations. So someone will say, we have this space, come and have a look at it and let us know how we can, you know, set it up, equipment and everything. And I did that. I also did a lot of retreats and team buildings with wellness embedded in them. So I did a couple of things in wellness, and while doing this, because these are all new things I was introducing in the market, because before there was wellness with organization, but it was simply just like a medical cover. So if an organization had a medical cover for their staff, they would consider that as wellness. And, you know, if they brought in, people to do checks like once a year for the staff in the office premise, they will call that wellness as well. So, you know, it was new and it was something we're trying to push. We're like, no, listen, wellness is more comprehensive than a medical insurance and than eye checks and all these. You need to do more. And so there was a lot of resistance, but we managed to do that. During the same period, I was working as a consultant for the World Bank, and I was doing majorly events and workshops where I would organize the events and workshops across Africa. And, you know, while doing that, I realized that when I traveled to different cities, so for example, if I go to Nigeria, unless I go to the hotel, to the gym that is in my hotel or the salon that is in my hotel, I am not assured of, you know, quality in other places, and there's no way I could find them. I would go to Google and check like salon near me, and then it will bring me all these things and address and stuff, and that there will be numbers, and, you know, I could call them and all these things. And I just said that there ought to be a better way. I mean, you know, and, you know, sometimes you travel and you're also very lonely and you want, where can I get, you know, how can I meet people? And so I started, you know, thinking about, you know, how can we do fitness and wellness in such a way that you get uniform experience across Africa, but also you're assured of quality, and then also at good rates. And so that's how. So initially, I thought of leveraging on tech to kind of scale fitness and wellness before I came in back to Kenya. but I did have a concrete idea of how I'll do it. So as I think about how to do it, so I was doing just the physical B2B.
Yeah.
But now as I kept traveling, I started concretizing this idea of how I could do it. And also because I'd experienced ClassPass back in the UK, I started thinking, how does ClassPass work? And what model of that could work here? Because the way it is, it can't work here, but what could work here? So that's how manyactive Evalyn was born.
Wow. So you were pretty much, immersed in fitness and wellness before you even thought of creating the app. So that is crazy. Especially when you mentioned you were traveling and just trying to find a place to work out, and just trying to find like a community of people who were into the whole fitness thing, and just not having that available, and then thinking of something that would be a resource for people that are looking for similar. So that's crazy. I love that. Let me ask you this: at what point did you truly believe, like, okay, this is something that I can create? Because I know, sometimes we're doing things and we're, grocery shopping and we're wishing and hoping that maybe, or what if they had this type of checkout, or, but we never really step into creating it, right? We wish somebody else would do that thing, right? So at what point did you say, okay, I think this is something that I would like to create?
So, well, for me, it was a natural progression because so it's something I thought about before I came, but when I came, the landscape was very different.
Okay.
And so I had to sit back and work with what was in the landscape and see how my thoughts would kind of really materialize. So even as I speak with you right now, there's the sketch I did. So I've put it somewhere on the wall in the house where I can always see it. So there's a sketch I used to do of, so if we would make this into a product, how would it look like? What would be the user journey? How would it feel like, and everything? So I started writing it down. I started, visualizing it, but I didn't know how I would go about it because I don't have a tech background. Yeah. My biggest mistake.
Me neither. So don't feel bad. Right.
I wish I could go back to my 20s. So I'm like, okay. So I have this vision, and I visualize how this thing should work, but how will I even build it? Really, where do you even find these engineers? Where do you find these developers and stuff like that? So I for a period of time, as I'm concretizing the idea, as I continue doing the B2B wellness, as I continue doing the events for World Bank, I was gathering data in terms of how I can go about this, how can I build a tech company, how can I, actually build this product in such a way that it will actually work. And trust me, it is very daunting. And I can tell you for sure, I spoke to over 20 tech people whom I thought will be able to work with, and trust me, initially it was really painful because I speak visual. I speak what I can see, what I can touch, and everything. The tech people, they speak technology.
Right.
They don't care how the product looks or feels. They care whether it works.
Yeah.
So,
right.
so for them, it's about functionality. For me, it's about how the look and feel. So I'll say, I want it to look like this. I want it to do this. When you press this happens. And they're like,
yeah. Right.
And it was just frustrating. And I also experimented with a bit of, a few mock-ups here and there of how it could possibly look like. And to answer your question, like how I came to build it, it was a process, and it took, a lot of back and forth and trying different people and really, really, knocking heads with tech people. And it was crazy.
Wow. So give us Give us a couple of steps. Give us like 2 to 3 steps, because I don't have a tech background either. I really don't care to, learn a lot of the coding and stuff. Like if it's WordPress, I'm good. That's as technical as it gets for me. But for those who may be listening that, maybe there's an app that they want to create, or even just to hop into the creating something that's a little bit more technical than what we're used to. Give us a few steps of how you were able to overcome those challenges. Like, what did you do first? Like you said, okay, hey, who do I even go to code, or who do I go to who could even build something like this? What were like two to three things that you did to help you?
So 3 things. So the first thing that one has to do, that I wish I kind of had a better idea of when I started, was, so you gotta have a very concrete plan or idea of how this should look like. So for me, I had actually scribbled and had all the perfect plan and everything, but what I didn't think about is how practical will it be, and this is what I want this to do and how to do. But the user who will use it, what will they want to do with it, and how will they want to do it? So the first thing is to just have a very clear idea of what you want to do, but also, even more important, have the person you're creating for in mind. So that as you're thinking about all these, wonderful things that can be done with your product, just think that person who will actually use it, how will they find it and how will they use it? That's the first one. The second one, oh my goodness, from the beginning, just know that the tech people speak a different language.
Right.
It's not English. It's not French. It's just different.
Right.
And if you are a non-technical person, just roll up your sleeves and prepare for war. Like, literally prepare for war. Because like I've told you, as a non-technical person, you care about how things look. You care about, oh, it's pretty. Oh, I love the colors.
Exactly.
And the tech people, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care. Yeah. I'm going to make sure this thing works, and then we can splash your colors later on. That is not my priority right now. So the priority of the tech people is that whatever they're building works. And the reason why this is really important is because, like, I come and find, okay, this button has been built this way. It does not look exactly as we had agreed. And then, my brains are blowing. I'm like, why does this button have like a very square kind of edge? It's supposed to be a little round. That is so square. And they look at you like, you're crazy.
Crazy, right.
You're really crazy. Does the button work? Yes, it works. Fine. We're moving ahead. We will come and sort this out later. And then also, the reason why you need to understand the language is because, oh my goodness, you look at one simple thing, you're like, okay, I think this one will take like a couple of hours, right? Or a day. Yeah, so we can have this ready by tomorrow. They look at you like, can you code, madam? Can you code? They don't, that term, this is a little thing. Never ever say it. Like, oh my goodness, they get pissed off when you say, oh, but this is a small thing. Why are you taking 3 days doing these small things?
Yeah.
It reaches a point they're like, okay, it takes 2 days. Why don't you build it? Yeah. We'll just sit back and just watch you build it. So just know that they speak a different language. Roll up your sleeves and just get ready for number 3.
What's the most important?
If a developer tells you something will take a week,
oh wow,
add 2 more weeks or 3. Actually, add 3 more weeks just to be safe.
Let's call it a month. Yeah.
Nothing ever. So they say, oh, this one will be out by this Friday. Oh, okay, fine. In your mind, put it 2 or 3 more Fridays. So that
Right.
if they deliver in between these Fridays, then you're like, yay, you know. But if you think there was several times they say, oh, actually, a good example, Elon Musk, right? With the Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
How many times does Elon say, oh, this model will be out by this time, and people flock and people, pay these deposits for these cars.
Exactly.
And then 6 months down the line, you're still waiting. A year down the line, you're still waiting.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. That is crazy.
That's a good classical example, because also them, they overestimate how long something will take. So they underestimate. But once they get to it, then they realize, oops, no, it's gonna take more than that. So you asked for 3 points, so I'll just give those. But trust me, we'll have another session
Right.
just for how to do this. Let me tell you, it's crazy. Let me tell you, at some point in my life, I was organizing events, 3 different cities across East, Central, and West Africa, with like 300 delegates flying from all over. And it was crazy, but it was never as crazy as building product.
Oh, man.
Building product is on another level. I told you, like, when you're building product, sleep is luxury you don't afford, even though we are wellness people. I mean,
right.
And for me, like, I did our website, right? I don't have a big technical background, but I know my way around WordPress, and I can customize themes, and I can also just do a little bit of basic code.
Yeah.
So like, I was doing that. If I hope you never come across our original website the way it looked like. If you compare that, to what we have now, and then I was doing all our promo videos by myself. I was doing this, I was doing that, I was doing social media. Oh my goodness, it was crazy up until April, when now we started bringing in interns and a few people to help us. It was just crazy. It was just me and now the developing guys, and my dear.
Yeah, you can rest. It sounds like, that from the 3 things that you shared, the biggest thing that I took away from all of that was you pretty much have to pack your patience. Like that is so much. That is so much.
If you're a prayerful person, if you're a Christian like myself,
right, yeah.
And you pray in the morning and in the evening, the key thing that you need to tell God in capital letters is, God, give me patience today.
Please. Yeah, exactly.
Please give me patience today. My brother will attest to this. He's watched me work with these guys throughout since last year. And trust me, he has felt my pain indirectly. Because sometimes, and sometimes we have calls up to Kenyan time, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and we'll go back and forth. And there's days where we've come to, what do you call it? When you agree to disagree, then you're like, fine, and they're like, fine.
Yeah.
And you don't talk to each other like for a few days, and then you're like, you poke them a little bit. Hey, how are you guys? How are you?
Coming back around. Yeah, things are getting done. It may not be at the pace that, you would like it to be done sooner, but I can imagine, like, just being somebody that is creating this different stuff. I guess it's a lot of stuff that you have to test, the functionality, the layout. Like, there's a lot. That coding stuff is just a whole different animal. So I could already kind of fast forward to know, like, it's not going to be 3 weeks. It's going to be more like 2 to 3 months. And I'm glad you actually mentioned that, because that's actually more realistic. And you want them to do it right, So hey, if it takes you an extra 3 weeks for you to do it right, just guarantee me that the product is going to work. Just like you said, their goal is to make sure that it works, which is definitely important, especially if I'm paying you to do it. Evalyn, I want to get into manyactive. Let's talk a little bit about how it works. Like, who would be like the perfect person to download this app to the phone? And also we need to discuss like the markets and expansion and all that other good stuff. So I guess let's just start with telling us a little bit about how it actually works and how it benefits people who download the app.
So manyactive is a two-sided marketplace, which means we have two clients. We have service providers. So these are gyms, personal trainers, yoga teachers, massage therapists, beauticians, nutritionists, even mental health practitioners, because we have health for mental health. And all these people use our platform as a SaaS platform. So when I say a SaaS platform, it's a service as a business, where so if you're a provider in the fitness and wellness sphere, you download the app. You create your account as a business account, just like you would do as an Uber driver. There's a few documentation you need to put in, your ID, depending on your location. Like in Kenya, we have certificate of good conduct or police clearance certificate. In Nigeria, and then you set your location. Then boom, then you can now start posting your sessions. The way it works for providers is that you can schedule a session. Let's say you post a session like tomorrow at 10 a.m. You're available for a weight session, a weightlifting session, and you're able to set that session to happen the whole of this week at the same time. You're able to set different sessions to happen throughout the day. You're able to set sessions to happen the next month, the next 2 months, the whole year. So as a provider, this is a tool that enables you to arrange yourself, organize yourself according to your availability, and have your clients be able to book you when you're available, and you're able to provide the service either online through our secure video platform or on location. So when we say online, when you post a session and it's an online session, the users will just book, and then you will receive a notification. And when your session is about to start, 30 minutes to 15 minutes, you will receive a notification that your session is supposed to start. And then you will just start the session and conduct it through your phone. So you don't need to go to Zoom. You don't need to go to Google Meet or Skype. When your session is due, you will just go into your app and click start session. And if it's a group session, you will see all your attendees inside the classroom, and you start. And if it's a one-on-one session, then you will see your single client in the on the other end, and then you will just start your session. So as a provider, it gives you the freedom to run your entire business basically from your phone. And a lot of people, especially like fitness instructors or even nutritionists, they're attached to facilities. So let's say like a fitness center or like a clinic. What manyactive does is that it gives you the flexibility of starting your own business in such a way that if you may be attached to a gym from 8 to 5, then you're available from 6, then you can just post your sessions to be from 6, so that when you go home, or when you clock off work, you can have your session with your clients. And this video platform is really it's really a game changer, because you don't have to have an office, you don't have to have a physical location, because your clients will join in from their end, and you will be able to provide your session from anywhere, whether it's a local or wherever. You just need light and sound. So then we are creating a gig economy for fitness, health, and wellness professionals, something that has never been done before in this part of the world. For users on the other side, for the clients, they simply, for them it's a bit easy. Just a minute.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I was just drinking water.
Repeat that. Okay, no, you're okay. No, you're good. Go ahead, Evalyn. You got it.
Yeah. So for users, it's easy because they can log in through their Facebook, their Google account, or just through their email. And once they log in, they just have to choose whether they want to search for fitness, for wellness, or for health services. So it's just 3 buttons. So whatever you choose, it opens up the search button and it brings you whatever is near you. Oh, wow. So if you clicked fitness, it will bring you gyms near you, and it only brings you people within our network.
Oh, that's good. I was just going to ask.
Yeah, so it only brings you people within our network, because if it brings you gyms, personal trainers, nutritionists. Sorry.
Oh, bless you. No, you're fine.
I promise you it's not COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank goodness. You're good. Hey, and, luckily we're on audio, so we're good. Anyway.
Yeah. So it brings you people near you within our network. Okay. And you can either search, there's a button to search online sessions or on-location sessions. So the difference is that for on-location sessions, these are sessions that you'll have to attend physically. Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you, for example, you want to look for a dance class or whatever, you want to meet other people physically, then you will choose an on-location session. If you just want something that you can attend from wherever you are, then you search for online sessions, and then it will bring you. But also, you're still able to just filter wellness and health sessions that you can attend. And it's very easy. It's very easy. So all this is free. So you signing up, searching near you, all this is free. You only pay once you open a session that you want to attend, check the details, then you can choose whether you want to book that session only or whether you want to get a membership. And the memberships are very cheap. They range between $25 to $100, depending on how many passes you want. And sessions range between 1 to 3 passes. And the very interesting bit about manyactive is that, unlike other memberships, like let's say a typical fixed gym membership plan, for manyactive you can actually share your membership, and it depends on the plan that you're on, the plan that you've subscribed to. You're able to share from between 1 up to 10 people. So when I say share, I mean, like, for example, I have a plan, a 30 days plan, and I know that I'll travel, or I know that, I'm not, really feeling that active this month. I might not finish them. I can invite you, Keetria, onto my plan, and you're able to use my passes just like I would. And I can do this when signing up or any other time. In my life cycle, I can just add an additional member. What the additional member will receive is an email and a link to check them into the app. And once they download it, the account will already have been replenished with the amount that you have on your passes, and then they can just use it. And so it's very easy. It's very easy and very convenient for people. So even for students or people who are cash strapped, if you can't afford a gym membership, you just sign up for manyactive. You can collect cash and buy one membership and use like with 3 of your friends. So it's pretty awesome. And another unique aspect of the app that is an advantage to users as compared to like maybe using Google or something like that just to check whatever is near you and book directly, is that for manyactive providers, when you click the profile, so when you click that session and have a look at it, you see the profile of the provider. When you click that profile, it will not only bring you information about that provider, but it will also showcase any certificates they have, you know.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if they've won like a taekwondo, if they're like a taekwondo teacher,
right.
you know, it will show the awards that they've won. It will show the certificates that they have, you know. So then we are weeding off quacks and people who might want to take advantage of people, and that's also why we want a police abstract. And our compliance team makes sure that if someone says that they are a taekwondo teacher, they're black belt or whatever belt you are, the certificates that you have uploaded, they're actually genuine. So then we use verification services to verify certificates.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
that is
neat.
something that Google search won't give you. And if, for example, the way I was traveling, let's say I'm in Accra, and you know, I want a personal trainer. I don't want to use the services I'm getting at the gym, or I want a beautician or whatever. I'll just go onto manyactive, see whoever is near me, see their qualification, and then when I'm booking them, I'll be assured of quality. And if there's anything wrong with that session, then I will not have to follow with this person. I'll just follow with manyactive and say, hey, I went to Accra and I went to this beauty salon, or I went to this gym, or I went on to this online class and the service was rubbish, or the trainer did this, or the provider did that, and then us, we will follow up with that because we are assuring our clients of quality. But basically, that's how it works in a very summary format.
Wow. I tell you what. Okay, so all we need to know now is like where. So tell us a little bit about as we prepare to wrap, like the availability of it. I know that right now you're just kind of getting started with the launch, but I guess just let us know like where it's available. You know, who can grab it, what platforms, and like the official launch date, because I know that that's something that you guys are working on as well.
No, so actually we've launched on the Play Store already.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you go to Google Play Store and search manyactive app, so manyactive is one word. If you search manyactive app as a user, you'll find the user app and you'll be able to download. If you are a provider, if you search manyactive app, manyactive provider, it will bring you the manyactive provider app, and you'll be able to download and then set up your business account and start providing services in your location. So, for example, you're in the US. If you downloaded manyactive app, your services will only show around US, and US users will be able to book your service. So whichever country you are in, your services will be visible to the people within that locale.
Oh, wow. Okay. So now, and thank you for clarifying that. I was wondering, because I know like you initially had things kicking off in Kenya, and I was wondering if it had been available here yet. Tell us a little bit about what about for Apple? Do you have the, is it only on Google Play?
Yes. Yeah. So right now it's only on Google Play. Apple is still under development, and set to launch end of October. But like I told you,
exactly.
We say end of October, so we brace ourselves with a few more weeks as well. But yeah, so it's set for end of October, it's gonna be great because we've had a lot of people ask about the Apple version. Actually, it's funny though because a lot of research shows that in developing countries like Africa, like Kenya, a lot of people are using Android. But funny enough, the amount of people we've heard. So in our website, we have the link to download the app on the Google Play Store, and then we have the link for waiting list for Apple. You will be shocked at the number of people we have who have pre-signed up for the Apple. Sounds like, so why do these people do their research then? Because, or maybe it's our target client. I don't know. Either it's our target client or these people are wrong, because the number of providers who are waiting for the Apple version is just enormous, and the number of users also are waiting for the Apple version is also enormous.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic news. I love that. Matter of fact, I need to hop on. I didn't even know the waiting list was available, so I definitely need to sign up for that, for the Apple version. Yeah.
Yes. Please do. And the Apple version is gonna be definitely smoother and everything. And it's gonna be fantastic. And we are bracing ourselves to fight on the App Store. You know, the way Apple now has this crazy thing of, if your app has a payment system, then they're taking, 30% or whatever. And those are just some of the challenges that are there with the App Store.
Yeah.
But there are things that we already started bracing ourselves. You've heard about that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen some fallout from that, too. So at least you're ahead of the curve. You already know what's happening, so... Yeah. Hey, just
Apple is crazy.
It's crazy, but you know what? We're gonna put it out to the universe that everything will run smooth with the Apple launch, and things are just gonna flow and go effortlessly for you. So we're gonna claim that one.
Amen to that.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Evalyn.
Yes.
Well, let me go ahead. I want you to let us know where we can find you online. I'm pretty sure there's somebody that may want to connect or want to learn more about manyactive. And I'm pretty sure we'll end up having you back on for the season, because I feel like there's a couple other things that I wanted to get into as far as nutrition. Like, I know that you're really big on that. So we can definitely have you back, and just to have you spread some more inspiration and encouragement to everybody. But before we leave us with a couple of words of encouragement, and also let us know where we can find you online. So be sure to drop your website and social media handles.
Okay, so advice. What? One advice. One advice. If you have a day job and want to leave your day job to work for yourself or start your business, thinking that it will be a way out, you can go for holiday and just sip mimosas all day while running your business.
Right.
Well, unless you want to, open a shop or something like that. But trust me, if you want to run a startup, don't quit your day job if you're not ready to go to work. And it's harder than anything you've ever wanted to do, especially if you want to do it right and you're not playing games. You literally want to build a product that is going to rival, the Googles and the Facebooks and the ClassPerses of this world. If your ambition is big, and you want to build something that people will say, she was here and she built this, and this thing helped people. Like now, manyactive is helping providers, start side hustles and get clients with no hassles, and it's changing their lives. I mean, if you want to build something that is going to change lives, just brace yourself. In terms of where to get us, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, manyactive. The manyactive is one word. So Twitter, manyactive, Instagram, manyactive. And if you just put manyactive app, Instagram, or manyactive app, Twitter, manyactive app, Facebook, it will bring you. You can also get us on LinkedIn. Our website is www.manyactive.com. Manyactive is one word.
All right, perfect. All right, y'all, you have heard it here. Make sure you guys go and check out and follow manyactive and Evalyn Oloo, and also just get on the waiting list. I know there's a lot of Apple users. I'm one, so I just signed up for the waiting list. You guys go get on the waiting list if you're interested in this. It's going to be really, really, really. It's cool. I mean, it's a game changer already. I already know a little bit more than what she just shared with me previously before this in another interview. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. All right, Evalyn, thanks so much. Thanks so much for being a fantastic guest. I truly appreciate it. You take care, and we look forward to having you back soon.
You too, dear. Have a lovely evening. Morning on your side.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on SOB. We hope this episode has been resourceful. If you'd like to check out the latest articles or follow Keetria's website updates, just log on to Keetria.com or follow her on Twitter at KEETRIA.